Hello guys, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. Alright guys, so we have some news coming straight from Verizon's news center. So this is official news, official document directly from Verizon now, okay? So Verizon is reporting a strong wireless service revenue growth and cash flow highlight of Verizon's 2Q results. Alright, that's what we're going to talk about here. I will link the article down below for you guys in the description in case you want to read it. I'm not going to read everything. I'm going to go over all the important stuff. It's a pretty good length of an article, so if you guys want to read more of it, you can find the link down below. So, notable year-over-year improvement in Verizon's consumer postpaid phone gross additions. Eighth consecutive quarter that Verizon Business has reported more than 125,000 postpaid phone net additions. All right, so what do we have here? So 2Q 2023 highlights. Consolidated, we have $1.10 in EPS compared with $1.24 in second quarter of 2022. There was an adjusted EPS excluding special items of $1.21 compared with $1.31 in second quarter of 2022. So total operating revenue of $32.6 billion, a decrease of 3.5% from second quarter of 2022. First half of 2023 cash flow from operations of $18 billion, an increase from $17.7 billion in first half of 2022. Net income of $4.8 billion, a decrease of 10.3% of second quarter 2022, and consolidated adjustments, the EBITDA of $12 billion, which is up 0.8% year over year. Total broadband. So the total broadband net additions was 418,000, reflecting a strong demand to fixed wireless and Fios products. This result included 384,000 fixed wireless net additions, which was an increase from 256,000 fixed wireless net additions that was in second quarter of 2022. This is the third consecutive quarter that Verizon reported more than 400,000 broadband net additions. Verizon now has nearly 2.3 million subscribers on its fixed wireless service, 54,000 Fios internet net additions, which is an increase of 36,000 Fios internet additions in second quarter of 2022. All right, so then we're going to talk about total wireless. The total wireless service revenue is $19.1 billion, and they're saying a 3.8% increase year over year. Postpaid phone net additions of 8,000 and retail postpaid net additions of 612,000. Total wireless postpaid phone gross additions increased 2% year over year, primarily driven by a 6.9% year over year growth in consumer postpaid phone gross additions. Total retail postpaid churn was 1.07% and a retail postpaid phone churn of 0.83%. So Verizon Communications, according to NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, reported second quarter results today highlighted by wireless service revenue growth. There was an increased cash flow from operations and strong momentum heading into the second half of the year. There was a statement made by Hans Vestberg, and he says in the second quarter, we showed progress in our key priorities of growing wireless service revenue. He says delivering healthy consolidated adjustment, EBITDA, and increasing free cash flow. He also says we look forward to extending our network leadership in the second half of the year by continuing our rapid C-band deployment as we are laser focused in providing value to our customers. He says the steps that we have taken to improve our operational performance are working, and we are confident that we will achieve our financial targets for the full year. Right? What else we got here? Let's skip over this. So, the consolidated results. So the total consolidated operating revenue in second quarter of 2023 was $32.6 billion, and that's a decrease of 3.5% from second quarter of 2022. They're saying the decrease was primarily due to reduced wireless equipment revenue and lower postpaid phone upgrade activity. The total wireless service revenue in second quarter of 2023 increased 3.8 year over year. They're saying this increase was driven primarily by pricing actions implemented in recent quarters, the larger allocation of administrative and telco recovery fees from other revenue into wireless service revenue, and a growing contribution from fixed wireless offerings. So net income of $4.8 billion, a decrease of 10.3% compared to second quarter of 2022, and consolidated adjusted EBITDA of $12 billion. That was an increase of 0.8% year over year. First half of 2023 cash flow from operations totaled $18 billion, and that's an increase from $17.7 billion in the first half of 2022. The increase continues to be related to lower receivables and lower inventory levels tied to fewer upgrades, which was offset by higher cash inflow, income taxes, and interest expenses. Capital expenditures in the first half of 2023 were $10.1 billion. The company ended the first half 2023 with free cash flow of $8 billion, which is an increase from $7.2 billion in the first half of 2022. Verizon's unsecured debt as the end of second quarter 2023 decreased by $662 million sequentially to $134 billion. So they're getting rid of that debt. It's going down. The company's net unsecured debt balance improved sequentially by $3.2 billion to $126.6 billion. So at the end of second quarter 2023, Verizon's ratio of unsecured debt to net income was approximately 6.1 times, and its net unsecured debt to adjusted EBITDA ratio was approximately 2.6 times. Right. So total wireless consumer revenue was $24.6 billion. They're saying a decrease of 4.1% year over year. Growth in service and other revenue was offset by wireless equipment revenue declines. Wireless service revenue increased 3.5% year over year. The increase was driven by growth in retail postpaid average revenue per account, partially offset by a decline in retail postpaid phone connections and prepaid connections. Right. Consumer wireless retail postpaid churn was 0.95% in the second quarter of 2023, and wireless retail postpaid phone churn was 0.76%. They're saying in the second quarter of 2023, consumer reported 136,000 wireless retail postpaid phone net losses. Consumer postpaid phone gross additions increased 6.9% year over year and continued the momentum that began in the second half of 2022. Consumer reported 304,000 wireless retail prepaid net losses in the second quarter of 2023. They're saying that consumer reported 251,000 fixed wireless net additions and 51,000 Fios internet net additions in the second quarter of 2023. So that means consumer Fios revenue was $2.9 billion in second quarter of 2023. It's a decrease of 0.3% year over year. In second quarter 2023, consumer operating income was $7.3 billion, an increase of 2.5% year over year, and segment operating income margin was 29.8%, an increase of 27.9% in second quarter of 2022. So a lot of stuff going on here. Lastly, this is what Verizon's expecting for the rest of 2023. So total wireless service revenue growth, they're hoping to get that from 2.5% to 4.5%. They want an adjusted EBITDA of $47 billion, which is where it's now. They want to get that to $48.5 billion. There's an adjusted EPS of $4.55. They want that to $4.85. Adjusted effective income tax in the range of 22.5%. They want to get that to 24%. And then capital spending in the range of $18.25 billion to $9.25 billion, or that's what they're expecting, should I say. This is not what they necessarily want to get it to. This is what they're expecting for 2023. So this is what we can look at coming from their revenue. All right. And that's pretty much it. There's a lot more that you guys can read in it. But safe to say that the results were better than expected, at least, what I was thinking. A lot of stuff going on. But again, at the same time, to be fair, like I've said, Verizon's been doing a lot of deployments. It's notable in this article. Hans Vestberg is making note of that too. So there's a lot of service getting out there. Okay, a lot more people are getting their hands on Verizon service that they didn't have access to before. That's going to grow the service. That's going to grow capital for them, more people getting on it. More people that are on the service, obviously, the more plans are out there, the more money they're making. So a lot of stuff going on. We know that they're doing some cutbacks. There's going to be some adjustments going on. We've just recently reported, some price hikes and whatnot. So I think that, it's because they want to see better results. Okay, they've made some revenue, but it's not enough for them. There's still some debt that they have to clear. They're also looking at potentially what's going to happen for the rest of this year and maybe already what they see projected in 2024. So as a result of this, they need to tighten the belt. They need to cut back. They need to increase plans, services, whatever it is, in order to maintain a high cash flow. So it looks like that's what they're doing. But for all the people that wanted Verizon to come out on top, well, they're profitable, but it's tight. It's tight. They gotta keep on it, and that's why we're hearing a lot about all these carriers tightening the belt. They're starting to charge fees. They're starting to remove certain perks that were previously there. It's just a matter of keeping the business positive, keeping the cash flow positive, and it's getting harder for them to do. But there you have it. Want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching. I do appreciate it. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.